What's up, Dachief here? Today breaking down a video that happened out in Windsor, Virginia. And I got so many messages in regards to this video. Hey, Chief, were the police officer at fault? Hey, Chief, was the Army officer at fault? Hey, Chief, we've seen headlines that just said Army officer sprayed for no apparent reason by pepper spray in the face, because that is all the news said. Out of 35 minutes of video, they found 30 seconds of the video of just the Army officer being sprayed in the face, but not the countless commands that the police officers tried to get him out of the vehicle safely, for they did not have to use force. Well, stay tuned, because we're about to break this video down. Alright, so real quick backstory on this. Something the news forgot to mention. The driver of this vehicle, he drove for approximately a mile, a minute and a half after the officers initiate their lights and sirens to stop him prior to pulling up to this gas station. Well, the police officers, they felt that it met the criteria for a high risk or felony traffic stop. If you don't know what a felony traffic stop is, if it is done correctly, it is a safe and effective way to get occupants out of a vehicle. They are ordered to the back of the vehicle, laid on the ground, placed into custody. Bam, it's that simple. But this is not a debate. You're not going to talk your way out of a felony traffic stop.
Traffic stop at BP.
Yeah, breaking her.
Going back.
Open the window now!
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
All units 1013, 804, 803, felony stop, 18 Windsor, 1 East.
So you see what he said? He said how many occupants. He didn't ask what color of the occupant was. He didn't ask, is it a male? Is it a female? All he said was how many occupants. This is a felony traffic stop. They don't care about what race, gender of the person inside the vehicle is. All they care about is getting that person out of that vehicle safely into custody, for they could talk to him and continue their investigation.
Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
Come around your side.
See your hands! How many occupants in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door!
So there's a lot of questions or comments saying that why did the police officers have their gun drawn? Well, whenever you're conducting a felony traffic stop, guns are going to be drawn. You're going to have one officer continuously order commands at the driver of the vehicle over and over, hands out, step out of the vehicle over and over. Secondary, third officers, fourth officers are going to provide cover, and they're going to be the arresting officer. You try to keep one officer in that position, just trying to get that communication, try to get some dialogue with them, just trying to get something started with them. It isn't a quick process. Now, for some reason, these officers felt that it wasn't going anywhere, so they're going to move up, advance towards the vehicle.
Slowly step out! Open the door!
All right, so right here, personally, I like to use the PA. The driver of this vehicle, he may be hard of hearing, whatever the case may be. With that, using that PA, it's you know for sure you're getting across to him. You may ask him, hey, driver, if you could hear me, raise your left hand up, at least something to show that, hey, the driver is, so we are both communicating somewhat. Now, this officer who has his body camera here, I do not like him breaking cover from his vehicle, because his main purpose right now is providing cover for the officer giving commands. Also, too, he's going to be the arresting officer when he does step out.
Open the door slowly and get out!
Get out of the car now!
Open the door, get out the car!
Hold.
So now, for whatever reason, I guess they feel that they're not making any forward movement with him. So they're going to decide that they're going to advance on him. And remember, this isn't a debate. the driver of this vehicle, he must step out of that vehicle. That is their sole purpose right now, to get him out of the vehicle. If he doesn't step out, and then they're going to have to use some kind of tool, maybe pepper spray, a taser, to get him into compliance.
Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
So remember, you're trying to gain this driver's trust. The sole purpose of him not wanting to come out of the vehicle, he feels that if he steps out, he's going to get hurt. By making them comments, you're not making him feel safe.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
So you hear what he said. I'm honestly afraid. And then the officer says, yeah, you should be. Now, that's not going to make anyone want to step out of the vehicle.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest you're being detained, okay? You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
So you hear the driver of the vehicle. He says, I do not need to get out of the vehicle. That kind of agitated this officer right here with the body camera. Now he goes in to try to open up the door. But
get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
But
Get your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not a problem.
Get your hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
so you see the younger officer here. He sees his partner getting kind of agitated, shaking that pepper spray, like it says in the bio, prior to spray, shake it. So he decides, hey, sees his hands up. The lieutenant right here, this army officer, he's not pushing away the officer. It's almost like he wants him to open up the door. So he goes in and he's trying to open up that door, and he would have got it.
Get out.
Comes close.
Get out.
Just get out of my car.
Can you please relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Get out of the car right now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
Almost got
Back
it.
up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
This army officer, he's non-compliant. He doesn't even look like he wants to step out of the vehicle. He's not even attempting to open the door, step out of the vehicle. So for the safety of both the army officer and the police officer, they decide to deploy their pepper spray, which is a great tool to get somebody into compliance. And you're going to see it does its job well. He complies after that.
Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out of the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
Over. More and more commands to get him out.
Fucked up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're going to get it again.
Right now is not the time to debate. If you want to file a complaint, if you have an issue with these officers, now is not that time. You do it afterwards. Step out of the vehicle, comply with the officers, take your tickets, get arrested, take to jail, and then you file your complaints. Doing it on the street is not the proper way to do it.
I don't even want to reach for my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
Still has his hands up,
Take off your seatbelt
but
and
he's
get out of the
still
car.
not complying by stepping out of the vehicle.
You're going to do what you're told. Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the... Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please. Look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. If you just comply.
So this is a U.S. Army officer. All right. This is a U.S. Army lieutenant. All right. Refusing direct orders. All right. He's used to giving orders. He's used to taking orders, good or bad. And I bet you every time he complies, doesn't question it, doesn't refuse it. So what is the difference between that and this if he had just stepped out of the vehicle?
Car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am. Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on.
See how he reverts right back to, being on the job, get your commanding officer here. Hey, he felt that something was, done inappropriately. But in reality, if he would have just complied with the original orders to step out of the vehicle, all this would have been diverted.
The ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on.
Get on the ground. You're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going
ground.
See, and there was a lot of comments out there too, people saying that, hey, why is he saying right now, you'll get sprayed again? Well, right now, just because he's not pushing, just because he's actively not fighting, throwing punches and stuff like that, I mean, by him not putting his arm, by him tensing up, not putting his arms behind his back, he is resisting arrest.
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
All right, so there you have it. He's asking why he was treated like this. And you know what? I get it. A lot of people, when you interact with a police officer, you always think, why? If you just sat back, let them do their job, and most of the time they'll answer it, within that conversation or at the end of it. But by debating it during the time, it's just the wrong freaking time. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. God bless and stay safe, people.